But there's one piece that needs to be written, viewers, on what is the alternative that the opposition is providing. If you're all going to plumb Dr. Ranganathan, the same trough of invective and hate, why should the voter think that Achhe Din will come under Akhilesh Yadav when he's got Boti Masood, when he's got this gentleman with him who thinks that he only represents Muslim interests, Mr. Rafiq, and several others. There's a whole list, and I can, I don't want to constantly flag this list and fly it in the face of all our viewers, but there's a whole list. And I'm only asking, why are we doing this?
Good evening. No, there are two issues here, very quickly. Number one, the SP is very clear-cut in its objective and appeal when it covets the votes from the Muslim community. To be sure, every party tries to garner support of the constituency it has endeared itself to. This is not a surprise. And because SP is doing it, no one is going to say they are communalizing or polarizing the election. Talking of Jinnah, that Boti guy, खींच के निकालेंगे हिंदुओं को, of Hindu Gardi, is not polarizing apparently. But talking of Ram Mandir and Mathura is,
Rahul, the favorite recourse of religious fanatics, the moment they lose an argument is, why are you talking of religion all the time? Why all this Hindu-Muslim talk, all this polarization? They say this, the moment one talks of religion other than Hinduism, they never tire of Hindu-phobia. No, sir. Or exposing the ills of Hinduism. They want to burn the Vedas. They want to burn the Smritis. Manusmriti ko jala de. They want people to reject Hinduism, leave its fold. But the moment you talk of Islam, the moment you quote the holy verses unpalatable to them, the moment you redress the balance, they begin jumping like crabs on a hot pan, saying, don't talk of religion, polarize kyun kar rahe ho? Arey bhai, Sarmal, tell these muppets that religion must be talked about not just some of the time, but all of the time. It is the great disruptor. It has led to illogic and irrationality and murder and terror. It is the longest running dictatorial regime that has subjugated billions or extracted unspeakable crimes from them. Point number two, very briefly, Rahul. They are trying to use Hindu Gardi as a means to dismiss a proven fact. What is the proven fact? That law and order has indeed improved under Yogi Adityanath compared to the years under Akhilesh Yadav. Mr. Singh rattled out some NCRB data. I will also give you that data. The latest, he is correct in saying we have from 2019, 2020 from NCRB. But that is good enough to see the trend. For example, very briefly, Rahul, just a minute. In 2017, UP recorded 4,089 cases of robbery, and in 2019 it was 2,200. Cases of dacoity have nearly halved in the state, from 263 in 2017 to 124 in 2019. Cases related to murder have decreased from 4,300 to 3,800. There is a reduction of 45% in rape cases. And the Yogi government has so far seized and demolished 1,000 crores worth of properties held by mafias and criminals. 10,021 criminals with bounties on their heads are in jail. 36,990 criminals have been arrested under the Gangster Act, while 523 accused have been booked under the NSA. Number of riots have come down from 8,018 in 2016 to 5,007 in 2019. If Hindus were on the rampage, agar ye Hindu Gardi kar rahe hote, would law and order have seen an improvement? Rahul, just 10 seconds. Do we remember, I want Mr. Singh to ask this simple question. Please answer this. Mr. Singh, yes, please. Do you remember those 622 incidents of goons brutally attacking the policemen reported in the state under the Akhilesh Yadav government? And who said this? Akhilesh Yadav's own government on the floor of the Legislative Assembly. 622 goons were attacking the policemen. Do you remember it, sir?
You see what worries me, viewers? What worries me is the blithe lip service that is paid all around in Uttar Pradesh right now to any attempt at, actually, let me paraphrase Akhilesh Yadav. Let me paraphrase him. Blithe disregard to negative politics, development of people, young generation and jobs. No one is actually, viewers, bothered about all of that. Let me tell you this. Dr. Ranganathan, since your name was invoked, you need to respond.
No, thank you, Rahul. I won't be more than 30 seconds. In fact, I'm a bit disappointed in the erudite Mr. Singh because I asked him 4 questions. Instead of answering those questions factually, he asked a question on his own to me, but I have a response. He didn't. So let that be on record. And second, Mr. Singh, I'm quite disappointed because I did not name you. I was quoting facts. And what you said, I agree with you. It is actually true and it is condemnable. UP ranked the highest at 59,853 crimes against women in 2019. In fact, you will not say this, but I am saying this. It has risen 66% between 2015 and 2019. For Rajasthan, incidentally, it is 47%. But to be sure, this is where you're not very honest, because when you normalize it with population, the figures improved to 55 cases per 1 lakh population. Delhi, incidentally, is 144 cases per 1 lakh population.
No, 1 second. There's another aberration.
1 second. Let me finish.
Dr. Ranganathan, there's another aberration. Actually,
10 seconds.
Women now feel that they can go to a police station. This is another common refrain.
Rahul, just to end that, I'm afraid I'm not actually, I was just about to say that even though you may be right, I have to say this, one has to be extremely wary of excuses like reported crime has increased because increased reporting. Because these claims do not stand the test of scientific scrutiny. For example, Kerala, it always uses this excuse to explain why rape incidence rate of UP is 3.7 and Kerala is 10.7. Kerala says, oh, we report more rapes. That is why we have more rapes. That's not true. It doesn't stand the scientific scrutiny.
For once, I agree with you, Mr. Ranganathan.
Dr. Ranganathan wants to come in, and I want to bring in Manasvi Thapar last.
Yes. The BJP that must.
Yeah, Sanjay, please. Sanjay, yeah. No, Rahul, I'm a man who really, uses compliments very rarely, but I have to compliment you because if you go through this debate since the beginning, you have been ruthlessly objective. You're not pro-BJP or pro-SP or anti-SP. You are saying that, look, the citizens of India demand an answer. And I'll tell you why they demand an answer. And I'll tell you why we are in this morass for God knows how many years. Because the same person who is now saying Hindu Gardi might tomorrow join the BJP. Let us remember, who coined the word saffron terror? He is now with the BJP. Who said, I think Kripa Shankar Singh, he said that 2611 was RSS conspiracy. He is with the BJP. तो ये इधर उधर होते रहते हैं और ये जनता का वो कर रहे हैं. मैं वो शब्द यूज नहीं करना चाहता, but that is the reality.